positive impact upon our own souls and the wider community, then we need to go back to the pure sources. And as we find in the Quran mentions, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Give us good in this world and give us good where? In the hereafter. And save us from the punishment of the hellfire. That's what a Muslim is. How do you have the good of this world? When you find the content of this world. As long as you person, Muslim can be rich, as Imam Ahmed said, as long as the wealth stays in your hand and doesn't go into your heart. If the money goes into your heart, then that becomes something forbidden. But if it remains inside your hand and you control what you're doing, as we find al-yad al-ulya khayrun min al-yad al-sufla, the upper hand is better than the lower hand. That's Islamic teachings. The upper hand is better than the lower hand. So Muslim is one who's giving. The one who gives, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses even more. Takes care of the people around them. Worries about the Muslim Ummah around. Look at the state of the Muslim Ummah. Have you ever sat down to think about it? Look from one side to the other side. Have you ever sat down and thought and look at the state of the Muslim world, what's happening around us? But we just live in that bubble world that, as long as I'm happy, I enjoy my life, I have my PlayStation 3, I have my Xbox, and I have my things, and I have my money, I have my life, I have my villa, whatever it may be, I'm happy. Why should I be worried about them? What does the Quran say? كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. Do you really think we want to come out and preach to people? Do you really think that? Is that what you really think? It's only because the Quran says that كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. You're the best people because you order the good and you forbid the evil. That's the only reason why Muslims come out. Do you really think we want to come out? Because we've been commanded to do so. Just like we're commanded to pray and to fast, we've been commanded to come out and order the good and forbid the evil. And we close with this final hadith, because I know it's coming close to Maghrib from here. You find the hadith of Safina, the hadith of the ship. You find all of us, at the moment, we're traveling a great big ship. Somebody's the admiral, someone's cleaning the deck, someone's cooking the food, some people are just on the deck, what you call it, the sailors, etc. But we're all together in the ship. We're all together, we're all in one big ship. Okay, that's what we are, all together, one great big ship. And you find that whilst traveling in the ship, you find the people in the lower deck, because they don't have access to water, they have to go to the people in the upper deck and tell them to throw the bucket to bring the water. So they bring the water up, they give it to them, and they come all the way down. So some smart individual thinks, why should we disturb the people on the top? Why don't I drill a hole here and take the water out? So I don't need to go all the way to the top and disturb them. So it drills a hole, and what happens? You find the water begins to come in. Who's destroyed? Not just the lower deck, and not just the upper deck. You know who? فَهَلَكُوا جَمِيعًا. All of them are destroyed. That's all of us together. Understand that in your life. If you drown, we drown. I drown, you drown. Don't think there's a separation. We are all together in the ship. As I began with, you are the future. If you're not towards righteousness, then there's no bright future for us. You understand? But then you're going towards that righteousness, there's a bright future for us as well. So together you need the young people. This ummah is based upon the young people, as we began with. If the young people come towards righteousness, there's a good future towards the rest of this Muslim ummah. Who's going to answer the call of Allah and the Messenger? Who's going to answer that call? It's going to be young individuals. Who are the people who are going to raise the flag of Islam? Who are the people who are going to deliver the message of Islam? Who are going to be those people? Do you really think it's going to be the elderly individuals? It's going to be us. It's going to be the young individuals. We have to deliver that message towards them, to make them to become active in remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of people living in this environment, to deliver the message, to encourage people, to show a good look at the media. Don't you see that yourself? Don't you see the media every day says this is what Muslims are like, and wahshiyun, they're like this, irhabiyun, they do this, they do this. I've lived all my life in this country, except for the time I've traveled out this country. I've never ever been worried once in my life. Okay, live in this country, but now I'm beginning to get worried. Because why the media is beginning to paint such a devilish image of Islam that it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable at times that you could just be standing, people begin to get nervous, begin to get worried, you can see it in their eyes, you can see in their speech, that this guy might go and do something, he's got the beard, everything looks like Osama bin Laden, everything, Taliban, boom, he might blow me up, isn't it? We know that in Islam, we don't believe in these things. But the media is pushing these things. And some young individuals get frustrated and then take the law into their own hands. We don't believe in these things. But how are you going to give a better image of Islam? How are you going to give a better image of Islam? It's by living your life as a Muslim. Don't you find it many times I know many Muslim boys, just drinking with alcohol, and non-Muslim comes and says, I thought it's haram for you to drink khamr. Yeah, I know it's haram, but you know, I'm just enjoying my life. Isn't it? So non-Muslim coming and telling the Muslim saying, don't you know it's haram, brother. It's haram for you to drink alcohol. No, but I'm enjoying my life. Look what a great shame that is. كافر يأتي ويخبرنا أن الخمر حرام. مش معقول. Does that make sense? How can a kafir come and tell you, look brother, that's haram for you? You should be telling him, look brother, that's haram for you. But it's become the opposite. They know what our deen is. They know what our deen is. Don't think these people don't know what our deen is. They know very well what our deen is. They know what our deen is. They know what we believe in. They know what our tenets of belief are. But they want to do what? They want to instill that corruption. Remember, they want to instill that corruption that you get away from the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And our task, inshallah, is to remove that corruption from our own youth and likewise from their Muslim youth as well, and to encourage them to come towards their path of righteousness. With that, we'll stop because I think it's going to be close to Maghrib time. Inshallah, barakallahu fikum, inshallah. We've got 10 minutes? Yeah, we mentioned a couple of other points that we find about as we mentioned that also you find not just a circle of scholars that you find of people striving to study the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You find even famous conquerors of Muslim lands that you find in non-Muslim lands. You find Muhammad al-Fatih who conquered the land of India and Sindh, that you find at the age of 17 he conquered land. Likewise you find al-Fatih, the conqueror, Muhammad al-Fatih, the conqueror of Istanbul, of Constantinople, you find modern day Turkey, that you find he became the Sultan at the age of 10, and then he became a governor at the Sultan at the age of 14. And you find that when he was placed in charge and he was leading his army out, you find that his father had retired to go into seclusion and to live a life of worship, etc. So he said to his father, look, come back and lead the army. So his father said, look, you know that I've retired from a position, I'm not going to do this. So the son says, listen to his words of wisdom. He says that if you have placed me as the Sultan, then I am commanding you to come back and to lead this army back. So there's a 14-year-old boy telling his father, come back and lead this army forward. So as I said, that what are we as young men, young boys, what are we doing inside our life? What is our focus become? So as I mentioned, that we need to begin to focus primarily on the first important education is what? Deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Have enough knowledge of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wherever you go, you're able to preserve yourself. You know what is halal, what's haram. You know about your prayer, you know about fasting, you know about zakah, you know about the forms of hajj. Every Muslim should have this this elementary knowledge. They should have it. And likewise, not just to have the knowledge, because al-ilm is not enough. The life of a Muslim is al-amal as well, a life of action. Is to bring them together. That's the belief of Ahl Sunnah. It's not just belief. It's not just say that my Islam is in my heart, my hijab is in my heart, my salah is inside my heart. That's not Islam. Okay, there's not some people, that's a modernistic view, and that's what you find at Tajaddudi at the moment, that people think there's a modernistic approach, that Islam, as long as you have good akhlaq, your characteristics are good, your behavior is good, that's enough. No, your behavior has to be good, and your aqidah has to be good as well. It can't be just, it's enough that I'm a good Muslim. Or begin to use excuses that this person, he behaves badly, he's supposed to be a Muslim, but he behaves badly, etc. No, if that person behaving badly as a Muslim, that's him. That's not an excuse for you to stop living your life as a Muslim. There's not an excuse for you to stop praying. There's no excuse for you to live your life according to Sunnah. No, that person is bad, that person is bad. All you can do is advise them. We know that we're not angels, Muslims are not angels. There's going to be Muslims who are going to be rude, going to be harsh, who are going to be bad-mannered. That's part of life. That's part of life. You find people of different colors and different nations and different tribes. But that doesn't give me an excuse now to say that I shouldn't be bothered about Islam. That should not be what we should be thinking inside our mind and our heart. As I began with, all of us are responsible for our own souls, especially when you come to the age of puberty. Every single one of us is responsible. All of us are responsible for our own souls, our own actions. All of us come in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala farda, as a single individual, and be asked about what we've done. Just like we made choices about our education, choices of where to study, choices of where to work, choices of where to get married, choices that we make throughout our life. Why is it when it comes to Islam, then we say that there's no choice? And that's what one of the famous ulama, Sheikh Murtaza Khan, mentioned when it comes to qadr. Many people they say, Allah destined it for me to be a pop star. Allah said that I'm going to be a thief. Allah destined I'm going to be an alcoholic. Allah destined it. So what should I bother? Why should I bother? That I want Muslim youth to say that as well. Why should I bother? Allah destined that I'm going to do this haram. So I might as well carry on doing this haram. So Sheikh Uthaymeen mentions in one of his works in Aqidah al-Wasitiyah, rahmatullah alayh, he says that imagine there's two paths. Like now you're making this journey, you've got the M23 or the M25 coming here, and someone tells you, oh, it's all over the satellite, it's all over the news, all over the radio, that this road is blocked. This road is blocked, don't go down this road. And this other road, the M1, or whatever it may be, this road is empty. Take this route. I must be really, excuse the wording, I must be really stupid to still go down the M23. After being told the whole media, everything around me, I switch on my radio is telling me it's blocked. I look at the satellite, look at the station, it's blocked. Look at the television, it's blocked. Everywhere knows it is blocked. Don't bother going that road. But somehow I think maybe I can just get through and go. Is any of us going to do that? We're all going to take which road? Which road are we going to take? The better road, isn't it? We've been told to take that road. But how comes all of a sudden when it comes to Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us this road is a path of haram. This road is a path of evil. This road is a path of fasad. And then, what do we do then? Do we go on the other road? What do? We decide to do what? Go on that road. In the dunya, you don't do that. But when it comes to the deen, you think, no problem. Just go. Just don't go. Just go on that road. That shows you a lack of understanding. That one is misunderstanding Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you ample opportunity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows all of us throughout our lives. أَوَلَا يَرَوْنَ أَنَّهُمْ يُفْتَنُونَ فِي كُلِّ عَامٍ مَرَّةً أَوْ مَرَّتَيْنِ ثُمَّ لَا يَتُوبُونَ وَلَا هُمْ يَذَكَّرُونَ. Don't you see we test you once or twice in a year, that you may repent, you may reflect, and you may return back to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَظَهَرَ الْفَسَادُ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِي النَّاسِ لِيُذِيقَهُمْ بَعْدَ الَّذِي عَمِلُوا لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْجِعُونَ. Fasad has appeared, corruption has appeared upon the land and the oceans, because what man has sent forth with his own hands. You may taste your own fruits, and then what? You may return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all this has been placed there for us to return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for us to become better individuals. Give us the opportunity. As the Quran mentions, مَا يَفْعَلُ اللَّهُ بِعَذَابِكُمْ إِنْ شَكَرْتُمْ آمَنْتُمْ. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gain by punishing you? If you are grateful and you have iman. Likewise the Quran mentions, وَلَوْ أَنَّ أَهْلَ الْقُرَىٰ آمَنُوا وَاتَّقَوْا لَفَتَحْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ بَرَكَاتٍ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ. If the people of village, they believe, we will rip open the heavens and the earth and give them the barakah. Give them the blessings of this dunya. And the blessings are there. The blessings are there for us to take. But we don't want to take any of those blessings. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all the tawfiq and ability, place these words inside our mizan of hasanat, give us all the tawfiq and ability to come back and be any better Muslims and better individuals, become more sincere and devotion towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anything good I've said has been nothing but the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anything incorrect has been from my own self, from the shaitan. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولجميع المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه غفور رحيم. سبحانك وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت